Live streaming is on.
Okay, Celeste, you're on.
Okay, thank you, Ron.
Very good.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you everybody for coming.
we'll call the meeting to order.
Okay, call the meeting to order. Joe Megri,
Here.
John Pata,
Here.
Brandy Emery.
Here.
Very good. I just have a short statement I'd just like to read just to cover a few things. This is a live stream meeting for the Brooklyn Civil Service. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our country finds itself in difficult times. Brooklyn is a great city that pulls together, especially when times are tough. We all pray that the people affected by the virus will have a quick recovery. Also, we pray for the people around the entire country that provide essential services, including those in our medical field, our safety forces, those working at grocery stores, and those providing transportations, all to keep us and also to keep us safe and them safe and their families. Also, we would like to thank all those who have listened to the medical advice from the state of Ohio to the stay-at-home order to flatten the curve. This relieves the number of patients in our hospitals, saving countless lives. 3 of us are on the Brooklyn Civil Service Commission. I'd like to recognize Brandy Emery and John Pata, who serve with me. Also, our Secretary Celeste Westfall. I would especially like to thank Mary Jo Banish and Council President Ron Van Kirk for helping us set up this live broadcast. The purpose for today's special meeting is to discuss and approve the statement of rationale for Mayor Gallagher explaining the decision for temporary layoffs of several classified employees, including those in seasonal, cashier concession, pool, other recreation center positions, school crossing guard, and property maintenance. All these layoffs are due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With us is Mayor Gallagher, and I'll open the floor to the mayor or to anyone else.
Mayor, you're muted.
Thanks, Celeste. I know that the commission received my letter. If you want me to go over any specifics, after careful consideration, taking into account the fact of how this impacts our local economy, what we're going to be looking at as far as the loss of revenue, we've decided that proceeding with laying off part-time workers makes sense at this time. The majority of these workers have been impacted by the governor's decisions, closing the rec center, closing the senior center, and closing the schools, all directly related to that. I have been in close contact with all city council members, have given them a detailed list of what we were planning on doing and all of the revenue ramifications as well as expense ramifications. And we decided that we were going to go ahead and pay part-timers for what they normally would work even when they weren't working up until April 17th, but we just can't sustain that. So at this time, we thought this would be appropriate to do a layoff measure, and those who wish to proceed with unemployment, although we're not hopeful a lot of them will qualify just with this job alone, that they can proceed in that manner. Again, we don't know how long this is going to last, but we do have to look into the future of our revenue and expenditures.
Thank you, Mayor. Do either of the Kevins wish to say anything? Are there any questions? Or
I don't have anything to say, Joe. I think the mayor summed it up in the letter as well as her statements.
Very good. John, Brandy, any questions?
Go ahead, Randy.
Okay, we all know that this is a very difficult time, and it's very difficult to have to lay anyone off, but it does make good fiscal sense since our revenue is not there to go ahead and move forward with this. Is there any other discussion, any other comments that you'd like to share with anyone?
Kevin, do you want to go over the clarification of classified, unclassified? Butler.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, let me just backtrack just a little bit. This is Kevin Butler, the law director for the city. Thanks for inviting me into the meeting. One thing I wanted to make clear to the commission and to the public who may be attending this meeting is that the federal government's relief that comes through the CARES Act does not extend to public employers like municipalities. So the Paycheck Protection Program, which is a terrific example of the federal government attempting to spare people this kind of layoff, does not apply to public employers like the city of Brooklyn. We're not able to use those dollars to keep our employees employed in the same way that private employers might. So those forgivable loans, for example, just aren't available to us, which leads us to today's meeting, unfortunately. With respect to the classified versus unclassified system, I think you've got before you everything you need. The classified employees who would be subject to the layoff are before you as part of the package received. They follow the class plan and the layoff protocols in the civil service rules and in the revised code. We've had some terrific assistance on that from Kevin Chabesta, who's on the video with us. And I thank him for his valuable input on that. Unfortunately, we're not practiced at this, and so we had to make sure that we dotted our I's and crossed our T's on this. And I believe we've done that. So you've got before you the classified positions that are subject to this temporary layoff, and be happy to answer any questions or maybe direct any questions to Kevin at that point. Thanks, Mayor. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
I'm looking at the list. There are some people on here, I think, that maybe have not worked in a long time. So is it actually technically smaller than this amount of people? Or are all of these people currently working before this happened? Because this list Celeste gave us has a lot of people that I think are only seasonal or don't work all the time.
That's a possibility, but these are the people that are active on payroll right now.
Oh.
They have not been removed from payroll. I believe they are kept on most times in case they come back from breaks or
college. That's what I was looking at. Some of them are in college and stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
And
questions?
Commissioner, this is Kevin Butler. Commissioner, just respond to that. This is Kevin Butler again. It's contemplated that even seasonal employees would be subject to the same layoff protocols in the civil service rules. So, unfortunately, it may be true that we wouldn't be bringing some of these employees back anytime soon, but they'd still be protected under the civil service rules, and so therefore we need to include their names.
I'm just going to cut in here real quick. If you're not speaking, if you could mute your microphone, because it's picking up a lot of background noise, and the camera keeps switching to those people who are not speaking. So if you're not speaking, if you could just mute your microphone, and then when you go to speak, if you could unmute it, that'd be helpful. Thanks.
Okay, any other comments from anyone? If not, I make a motion to approve the statement of rationale for Mayor Gallagher covering the temporary layoffs of classified employees due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
I'll second that.
I think you're muted, Celeste.
Thank you. Sorry. Motion to approve, Joe Magri,
Yes.
John Pata. John, you're muted.
Wrong button. Yes. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Brandy Emery,
Yes.
Okay.
does anyone have anything else they wanted to say?
I would. I just appreciate you all taking the time to get on here. I know it's difficult. You still have things going on in your world and during the day, and accepting that this is the new way we have to do business, keeping people apart. it's not perfect. As you can see, multiple people have forgot to unmute or mute their lines. And so we'll continue to try to navigate this new world, and hopefully this won't last long.
Okay, before we move to close, I just want to say, everyone, be safe, be kind, help your neighbors, stay at home. Thank you. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Move to adjourn, Joe Magri,
Yes.
John Pata,
Yes.
Brandy Emery.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.